Welcome back to Canvas Conversations. Today we are joined again by Jason the Kid Knight. Jason is coming off another great performance at UFC 211, where he did his best to steal the show by taking out the highly talented and extremely tough Chaz Skelly. He's earned himself a Performance of the Night in each of his last two outings and a reputation as perhaps one of the toughest fighters in the featherweight division. Mr. Jason the Kid Knight. Welcome back, brother. How you feeling, man?
I'm doing good, man. I just had my surgery to get my deviated septum fixed yesterday, so my nose hurts like hell, but other than that, I'm doing good, man. I've got like 5 days that I'm going to have to recover, and then as soon as that's over with, I'm going back to the gym. Good.
So you're feeling good. You're feeling good.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to actually be able to breathe in my next my next fight.
Yeah, that's a big deal, right? Not being able to breathe is get as much air as you need to.
Yeah, man. Like my thing is during the first round, I can breathe pretty good, but my heart rate gets up real bad. And in order to calm your heart rate down, you got to take deep breaths in your nose, out your mouth, and that was my problem. It's like in between each round, I can't take deep enough breath through my nose to be able to calm my heart rate down. So going out to the second round, my body's kind of tired and shit, and arms and legs are kind of dead, and I'm pretty much running off the heart each fight, for the second and third round. And I've got enough heart to where if I couldn't breathe from the time the bell rung in the first round, I'm still gonna push through it. But it's going to be so much better actually being able to go out there and calm my heart rate down and be the fresher fighter, each time.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So, you watching the fight right now?
No, I just paused it, but yeah, man, me and one of my coaches are here. We're fixing to watch the fight and kind of pick apart everything that I've done wrong. That's something I decided to start doing, 4 or 5 fights ago. Is even when I win, I'm going to pick apart what I did wrong, because, it's easy to see what you did wrong with a loss, but it's real easy to look over what you did wrong with a win.
Right.
And, I started trying to do that a lot more here lately, and it's really kind of bringing my skill level to the next game. I mean, my game to the next skill level, because, even though I did good in the fight and I did win, there's still stuff that I can improve on each time, so that's what I'm trying to do.
Absolutely. So, speaking of breaking down your fight, and I heard in an interview you said, actually in the post-fight as well, you mentioned that you heard Chaz Skelly's arm broke. When did that happen during the fight?
What now?
When exactly did that happen during the fight?
Yeah, if you go back and watch the fight, man, you can barely even see that I go for an armbar. Like, I went for a triangle choke. He started slipping out of the triangle choke, and I had him in an armbar for like maybe 2 seconds. But as soon as I sunk the armbar in, it was nice and deep, and I hyperextended and it popped 5 or 6 times. And if you go on my Twitter, my Instagram, my Facebook, you can see the picture of his arm actually in a hell of a bind. But hold on, tell me if you can see the picture.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he's in a hell of a bind.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he wasn't in that armbar, but like just a split second. He tapped one time, but it was like right as he was getting out. So the referee didn't catch it, and he was out, so he kept fighting. Well, later on, I don't remember if it's first or second round, but you see me go for a sloppy ass Kimura. Like I'm kind of inside control, with my back up against him, and he had his arm wrapped around me. I just went for the Kimura, and I knew that I was nowhere near a position to finish that or to even, get it right and control it. But I knew if I cranked that arm, he might tap because it was already broke. Well, his arm popped like 6 more times, and the second time it started popping, you could feel it like grinding. It almost felt like I was grinding sand together or some shit. And I knew his arm was, in bad shape, but the dude's got a lot of heart, and he pushed through it.
So what were you thinking when you heard his arm breaking?
What was I thinking? What now?
What were you thinking when you heard his arm breaking? Just keep going, just make it worse on him?
Yeah, man. I was thinking, you know, any way that I can, I'm gonna hurt that arm. You know, I kicked it a couple times standing up. And, you know, any way that I could, I was trying to hurt that arm because I figured that, you know, he's eventually gonna stop. You know, in no means whatsoever did I really want to break his arm, because, you know, you don't want to fuck up somebody's career.
Right.
And I even apologized to him about it after the fight. Told him, you know, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt your arm. You know, and he was perfectly cool with it. He's like, dude, we do what we got to do to win. And he said, you know, that's what you had to do to win, and, you know, it's all part of the game. But, you know, you never want to see somebody's career get put on hold because of something that you did. You know, of course you want to win the fight and win it at all costs. And everybody knows the risk, you know, going into the fight. But, you know, your intentions are never like that, you know, unless you're just a dick.
I did see you guys had a bit of a mutual respect between the two of you during the fight. You guys kind of chatted a little bit. Was that true? Was that what we saw? Yeah, man.
He, whenever I first met him at the hotel that week, he was a really cool guy. You know, we had no cross words to say to each other whatsoever. He never really trash talked me. I never really trash talked him. You know, the only thing I said was I believe I'll dominate the stand-up, that, you know, his stand-up wasn't all that great. And, you know, I didn't really try to trash talk him much or nothing like that. And, you know, we had that mutual respect that, you know, we're just going out here to fight. We're going out here to do something that we love. And, you know, there's no reason to have animosity towards each other. He wasn't a dick to me. I wasn't a dick to him. So, yeah, it kind of showed in the fight as well.
Right. So who's next, my man? You mentioned maybe having a shot at Artem. Is that a fight you're really interested in?
Not really, man. I really don't want to fight the guy. I was just kind of expressing in that little interview right after the fight that, hell, I guess I should call out Cub Swanson because Artem Lobov did it. They gave him the fight. And, you know, he's pretty much garbage. You know, all he's got, he can knock you out. That's it. You know, other than that, he's not dangerous. You know, he's got a heavy hand. But, you know, I've got a tough-ass chin. I'd go out there and I'd kick his ass. You know, that's pretty much all I was expressing, is that I thought that I would kill Artem Lobov. And, you know, I didn't really understand the whole Cub Swanson fight, why he even got that fight. You know, I think it's more or less, you know, that he's McGregor's little buddy or whatever, and McGregor pulled some strings, made it happen. You know, so I'll fight him. You know, I'll fight him tomorrow. If they sign and they caught me up with a contract, I'll sign it and I'll go out there and get my hand raised again. But, you know, I really want somebody more in the top 15. I would love to fight Yair Rodriguez, but I just found out, you know, after calling him out on Twitter that, you know, he's got a pretty lengthy suspension because I think his orbital bone got broke or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's out for a little while. So, man, I mean, just anybody in the top 15 would be, you know, nice for me. I just want to climb those rankings pretty much as fast as I can, and I want to fight 3 more times this year. You know, I don't really care about the dates or what card it's on or nothing like that. But I've got 3 more fights in this contract. I want to finish all 3 of them this year. Right now, I have 4 straight wins. I would love to make it 7 straight wins. And then next year, sign a new contract for a whole lot more money and, you know, be in that top 10 and hopefully a title contention. But, you know, if I'm not a title contender, like, you know, up in the, you know, top spots closer to the title by the end of and by the beginning of next year, I would like to at least by the end of next year be in the running for the title.
No doubt, no doubt. So what's the timeline for your nose and your eye right now?
My nose, that's the doctor told me that, you know, in 5 days I can start taking punches again. And, you know, I'm thinking more like 2 weeks or something like that before I really want to get punched in the nose because this shit sucks.
Right.
You know, it's pretty sore right now, and I don't see 5 days really being enough for it to not be sore anymore. And then my eye, you know, I usually get the stitches taken out after about 2 weeks. They gave me a 45-day suspension. But I'm going to be back in the gym way before the 45 days is up. You know, probably if I'm not back in there, you know, all next week I'm going to take off And then the Monday after next, I'll be back in the gym. You know, if I'm not in the gym Monday, I'll be there Tuesday. So that's my plan. I'm just gonna go back in the gym in a couple weeks. Start off slow, hitting pads, drilling. You know, keeping my body in shape, and then slowly but surely work my way into sparring and stuff like that again.
Absolutely, my man. Well, whoever your matchup is next, man, it's absolute must-see for us. I'm excited to see you get back out there, man, and have another fantastic performance.
Yeah, man. I feel for the next guy, man, because like I said, the last 3 fights I haven't really been able to breathe, and if the surgery goes as it's supposed to go, and I get my breathing back, then man, I promise you, y'all are gonna see a hell of a lot better fighter, because you know I kind of, even though it doesn't look like it, I'm fighting on reserve. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of pacing myself out there, trying to make sure that I'm able to make it through the fight without really getting tired. And I know that, you know, if you watch the fights, it's pretty high paced, and you know a lot of that's just hard. But if I get to the point where I can stay breathing the whole fucking time, then I'm going to be in phenomenal shape every time, and I'll be able to go wide ass open. And I promise you, y'all haven't seen nothing yet.
Right on, man. We're looking forward to more, man. Hey, man, I'll let you get to it. I know you guys are going to do a film review. I'll let you get to that. I appreciate your time a lot, man. Coming back to see us and talk to us, man.
Hell yeah, bro. I love your podcast, man. You just, anytime you get ready to have me on the show, you know, get with me. And as long as, you know, we can agree on times, I'm down to do a podcast any day, anytime, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. It means a lot.
All right, bro. I appreciate you having me on the show. You have a good day.
Absolutely. Take care, my man.